Welcome, Wanderer. The patch just dropped. We get double loot, easier case uniques than ever. Soulspires are finally good. Rogue buffed and a beast cornered, finally working. First, let's look at the Soulspires in the Infernal Hordes. Their range got increased. Yes, it's vastly bigger now, and as soon as you enter them, enemies will instantly spawn inside, and actually tons of them. Right now, if you enter a Soulspire, pretty much 1, 2, 3 seconds later, it's instantly done. You're never going to have to sit 5 to 6 seconds in a Soulspire again. This makes the whole flow of the Infernal Hordes feel way better. However, I tried investing only in Soulspires, not taking anything else, to make the most ether possible. Do not do that. Soulspires are good, and if you have a boon like 2.5 times more ether from Soulspires but they appear less often, take it. But do not invest into them. Do not try to make them your main theme. It still does not work. They're better now, but they're still not godly. On top, you're now getting double the loot from your Whisper caches, plus guaranteed Chaos uniques, and the chance for even more Chaos uniques. If I'm opening up a greater collection of Chaos, that will always have a chaotic unique in it. There's not a chance that there's not a chaotic unique in it. Boots, Malignant Hearts, whatever, and we get the Gift of the Tree. The Gift of the Tree is the bonus loot, and that could, again, contain just a unique, just a rune, and a greater affix item, but there could also be a chaotic unique in there. Now we're going to open up the other 3, and each of these 3 contains another Gift of the Tree. There was the Gift of the Tree. Jesus Christ, there's just too much. Here we get Gift of the Tree, and that can contain, again, maybe a chaotic unique or not. And then there's another Gift of the Tree, and another Gift of the Tree, and another Gift of the Tree. Yes, every Tree of Whisper stuff is now double the loot, double the chance, and don't forget about looking for the greater caches of Chaos, because those are the biggest things you really want for guaranteed chaotic uniques. Now, you saw my rogue flitting around in the Infernal Hordes, absolutely destroying everything. That's because they actually wholesale buffed every movement speed based rogue. We do have a chaotic perk that gives you more damage for every 15 meters you move, and that perk does stack. And it used to be 50% bonus damage. You get like 100, 150%, maybe 200% bonus damage. Well, that one is now from 50 up to 70%. And suddenly, I was already doing 100 billions of damage. It's going higher. Just like that. Everything I've been doing is better now. And that does not only count for the Dance of Nice Rogue. No, there is one that goes even crazier. And that would be the Death Trap Rogue by Mr. Mippy. Yes, gameplay looks a bit wild, but the man is actually able to do a PID 100 in around 40 seconds. You heard that right. I mean, look at this. He stacks the buff up now 8 to 9 times. That's here in the middle. And that is 10 times I actually sin. And that's 700% bonus damage. That's on the levels of the Druid. I stack it 3 times. Sometimes 4, sometimes 5. But the man here is, yeah, that's 40 seconds. If the boss spawned faster, I guess he could have done it quicker, right? That's quite mental. They did also tinker with the Beast Corner, trying to make it not drain so hard. Each resource you spend also drains now 0.2% of your maximum life to refund 40% of the total resource spent. You can only refund resource if you actually spend life. So if you're permanently at 10% life and you're not actually restoring life, then you will also not get a resource back. Now, I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of that change was, because my Spiritborn, after one cast, still loses all the HP instantly and is just drained empty. You might see I sit at 10% life, I have my barrier going on, right? And I bump back up in life, and then I bump back down in life, and then I bump back up in life, and then I bump back down in life. So, yeah, like, I guess, yay? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I'm definitely still exactly where I was before, and it's working as it was before, and I'm as low life as I was before. So, the change, maybe it's always working now? Like, maybe I get more damage, because I don't know, to be honest. But hey, like, at least they tinkered with it. From a feeling standpoint, it's exactly the same. I don't see the difference, right? My power hasn't risen. My defense hasn't gone up or down. Thank you. Lastly, we got Raven Druid, the strongest build this season, absolutely going crazy. And we're currently using the aspect of Retaliation for 65% bonus damage instead of the aspect of Wild Rage because it was disabled. It's back online now and doesn't cause infinite damage scaling for Poison Creeper anymore. Now the question is, what would you rather have? Casting a companion skill has a 40% chance to activate an equipped companion skill again, so that would be our Ravens. We could spam Ravens to get more Ravens to then get more DPS. Or do you want your Ravens to have more top shelf endgame damage? I would not actually play the aspect of Wild Rage. It is only good if you're super high-end pit pushing, right? If you're trying to get deeper, because technically it gives you more DPS. You're spamming Ravens to get more Ravens to get more Ravens. However, I personally prefer to just be fully fortified and then run the aspect of Retaliation for another 75% bonus damage. And that on every single cast of the Raven. Sure, spamming more Ravens into Ravens into more Ravens into more Ravens could give you more DPS. But I'm a simple man. I just want to see big numbers go bonk, and that's where the aspect of Retaliation just comes in perfect. And hell, if you don't have the Shroud of the False Death, just get yourself a Mjolnir ring as chaotic armor, and then you can play both anyways. You don't even have to choose. But wait, there's more. We already get news regarding Season 11. Adam Fletcher, the social and community manager, made following tweet. In the coming weeks, we will begin highlighting PDR changes coming very soon. A bit earlier than normal as there's a lot of big items to cover, including masterworking and tempering changes, combat and renown updates, plus more. Now, the mastering and tempering changes have been quite a while in the works already, and I might or might have not seen some of this. What's surprising is that this is going to come very soon. It sounds like in October. We're 3 weeks in the current season, technically another 9 away from the next. I'm looking forward to this, especially combat and renown updates. What does that even mean? Renown is basically dead. You do it once and then you never bother with it again. And we're happy about this. I don't want to do renown ever again. So what does that mean now? What do you have planned? What are you giving us for updates to a system that no one wants to interact with? And when we're talking about combat changes, is it attack? How much damage we're dealing? Is it about resistances and armor? Getting stunned? Being unstoppable? Well, what are combat changes? The combat is what it is in Diablo, right? As we mentioned in our last stream, this PDR will be important. We will want people checking out all the changes, providing some valuable feedback. It sounds like we're getting a longer PDR that's more extensive than PDRs before, and that's important because if the mastering and tempering changes are now being fucked up, those are the masterworking and tempering we're going to have for the time being, right? That's the final change to the system probably. So let's do a good one. Did any other crazy change happen in the leaderboards with now the new patch? Rogue actually bumped up in a couple of tiers, so it was at 118 max, and I think it went up to 123 right now, so that's amazing. The other classes are more or less the same, but it brings them extremely close together. I mean, we get Spiritborn 139, Druid 135, Necro, Sork, Barb, and Rogue all around 120. But this is probably the most healthy, balanced season ever. Sure, there will always be an outlier. There will always be some super high-end shenanigan happening. However, like that all these classes are here is quite nice, and that all these classes can actually reach pitch 80, 90, even 100, not with too much effort. That's great. I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you feeling about the patch, and have you raked in on those chaotic uniques already? You now want to play the buffed and enhanced Rogue. Here's the video. Enjoy.